am the law. I'm sure you could do a better one than that. But we have this amazing, awesome, gorgeous, beautifully designed, and really expensive Judge Dredd toy from 3A. No, we're not selling it. It might not even be here in a week. It's just amazing. And it smells really, really good. Or bad. I mean, considering as to what you like on your smells. But Cursed Earth, the pure essence of Cursed Earth, you know, I can run with that. But we have comics and stuff to talk about, I think, this week.
Yeah, maybe.
Not just Judge Dredd toys.
And they smell really good.
They do smell really good. So why don't we let Mr. Will here in the middle, the respectable-looking one of the three.
Thank you very much.
I look plenty respectable.
Kind of look respectable today, actually.
I decided to wear my...
Today.
I decided to wear my Professor X on Muir Island era turtleneck today.
Yeah, right?
And this is the last chance I have to get this right, because every time I pimp this book, I get it wrong.
Oh,
but IVX, Inhumans versus X-Men, the final chapter, it is also kind of the final chapter of the extraordinary and uncanny X-Men as we see, and also Charles Soule's great long run with the Inhumans. This is it, the big final battle for supremacy. The Terrigen is making it so the humans have to leave Earth. There's been lots of double crosses. So if you remember Death of X, if you remember what they did to Cyclops, just imagine what they're going to do to Emma Frost. But this kind of sets the stage. Who wins the battle? What happens to all the Inhumans? Why are they going to be going out in space in the new series? What's up with the X-Men? What happens to Emma Frost? Charles Soule, Jeff Lemire, Linnell Francis Yu is back on this. I'm very satisfied. Even though I hate some of the stuff that happens, it's really, really good dramatically. This triad of creators has been really good for the X-Men. I'm ready for the new chapter, but it was a cool kind of chapter with it, and I'm excited to see what happens next. So if you're a fan of Cyclops, Emma Frost, you definitely, and Medusa, you definitely want to check this out. And a big changing point for Medusa and Black Bolt as well. And some surprise new players into the big war.
You'd think they had new books to sell after this or something.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's
X-Men
crazy.
Prime, Inhumans Prime.
Resurrection.
Nonsense.
With an
all
X.
of it.
Yeah, right.
All of it.
I'm an X-Men and a Inhumans fan.
It's gonna be a lot.
Just sign me
It's
up.
gonna be a lot.
Just sign me up.
All right. Over on the DC side of things, Rebirth is still going strong, with Justice League of America now hitting its second issue here. This is Batman's Justice League team featuring Killer Frost, Lobo, Black Canary, the Atom, the Ray, and a couple other players. This has got them facing off against actually the XP of the Masters of Evil that DC introduced years and years ago. I think they first showed up in the Justice League International series. They're from this world called Angor, and they fought their own version of the Avengers, and it was basically just Doctor Doom and Magneto and Doc Ock and Sabretooth, but like all gross and mutated looking.
I do remember them. That was
Yeah,
a while
yeah.
back, actually.
Like Doc Ock's got like his tentacles coming out the back of his head, and they're all fleshy and nasty, and it's awful.
More extreme!
But this features an awesome variant cover by Doug Mahnke, which is the closest we're gonna get to him drawing Doctor Doom than we will see, unless he finally like detaches himself from the DC teat that he's been on for like 20 years.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not happening.
No.
But this is still a damn nice cover.
Man, I just had this vision of like a Doug Mahnke Fantastic Four comic.
Oh man,
It would go right there
don't
next
do
to the
that
Dale
me.
Eaglesham Fantastic Four comic.
Oh man, I want that back.
I know. I love Fantastic Four. Anyway, new cycle of stories from Skydoll here. This is a great European comic created by Alessandro Barbucci and Barbara Canepa, who are both Disney animators, and they are turning their view to the more erotic cyber side of fiction here. And this follows Noah, who is a sex bot, for lack of a better term.
Sex bots.
Yeah.
That's the word of the day, apparently.
Who earned her freedom, escaped, and is living right now currently on this planet Sudra, which is a kind of utopian type of thing where all of the religions of the universe are practiced, and she's making a meager living doing tricks on the street. Not those ones, but okay, wow, it was a bad, minor miracles,
phrasing.
as they say. Getting by, but of course, just like anything that you try to escape. Her past comes and haunts her, creeping backwards, and she must really figure out who and what she is. This is just absolutely gorgeous, and it's really cool, the backgrounds and dressings and stuff that they did for this issue. It's friggin' amazing. So yeah, this is like the R-rated Disney that you will never get.
And now here's something a little more rated G. This is New Superman number 9, and part of the reason why I want to recommend this is over the weekend at Comic-Con, I got to hear Gene Yuen Lang. He was absolutely... I got it right the first time, sorry. Anyway, Mr. Lang. He was hilarious. Yang. He was hilarious. He was insightful. He talked about this great backstory of how he ended up writing the Chinese Superman, and just all about culture and diversity and his story and writing process. So if he's ever at a con or he's speaking at a bookstore, you need to go, because he was hilarious and really cool to watch. He seemed like a really, really cool guy. So I want to give props to this book. It's already been really cool. It breathes some new life into the Superman mythos. This Chinese teenager was exposed when the New 52 Superman exploded, and so he suddenly got these powers, and he's hooked up with the Justice League of China, and it sets up all the characters. And what's cool is he plays with lots of cool superhero stereotypes and corporate, the whole idea of corporate-run organizations, but he does a lot about, he takes on a lot of Asian American stereotypes and he tackles them. So it's a socially interesting book as well as lots of action and adventure. But what happens when New Superman comes to Metropolis and meets up with Lex Luthor? Lex Luthor's going around thinking he's Superman. And there's another Superman, and then there's another Clark Kent. So, but you can't get enough super. So, if you want to do something a little bit different and fun, give it a try. Plus, there's great art by Victor Bogdanovich.
Oh,
I got that.
I think you got that one right.
Thank you very much.
I'm pretty sure it's just Bogdanovic, but
Vic, close enough. Well, like the director.
Here's a name that I know how to pronounce.
Right?
Richard Corbin. This is issue 3 of Shadows on the Grave. I believe this is a bit delayed, but it doesn't matter because it's the same old black and white horror from Richard Corbin that you've come to expect at this point. And trust me, it does not feel like it's old. Mm-hmm. Classic maybe, but fresh. Fresh as a rotting corpse.
That's right. Tasty.
Yeah, it's... I've said enough about this before. Okay, that guy has no face. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yup.
Just read it, man.
Yup. Highly recommended. Continuing the Superman train, the first big Superman crossover, Superman Reborn, is continuing in its second week here. Peter Tomasi and Pat Gleason started it off, handing off reins to Dan Jurgens, Doug Mahnke, and his friggin' Shacko inkers that he works with. But yeah, John is missing their kid. And of course Superman is pissed off and yelling at a lot of people asking where the hell he is. This issue has got a little Mixie-Pitalik action, some Batmite, and some other shadowy creatures, some Parasite Mongol, lots of great big smash, big boom from Doug Mahnke. And yeah, the regular main Superman book has been the best DC book, and I've been excited for this new crossover here. And this is also the 975th issue of Action.
Wow.
Which is, that's a lot of comics.
One of the only 2 books that still have their original numbering.
Again.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, we're not going to even get into that.
I will definitely say, though, that comic is greatly increased if you read all of Superman's lines with Liam Neeson's voice asking where his family is.
Speaking of changes, Captain America Steve Rogers number 13. So riddle me this. There was the big revelation last year that Steve Rogers has been a Hydra sleeper agent this whole time. So how do you explain all those awesome adventures with the invaders when he was fighting the Nazis and fighting Hitler in World War II?
Well, because Hydra isn't Nazis. Easy.
What up? So anyway, this continues the ongoing story that Nick Spencer's been spinning, which is building up to Secret Empire. It also ties into the kind of a little bit of the big thing that happened in the big Thunderbolts 10, which is the 20th anniversary of that. Plus, there's this really cool flashback that kind of gives you some insight into back in the Invaders days.
Invaders!
So, yeah.
And there's that
Invaders
amazing
really
cover.
Awesome. Exactly. And there you go.
Fuck yeah.
Very
that
retro.
Cover is so good.
I mean, I could really, do an Invaders book set back in the day.
Yeah,
again.
me
That
too.
was really good stuff.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, with Namor and Torch.
Yep.
And Spitfire and Cap and Bucky.
13-year-old Bucky shooting people.
Yeah.
in
And
the
giant
head.
rocket shells that say giant rocket shell on the side of them.
Those are definitely Nazi. They got the Nazi symbol right
Oh,
on
well, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a little interesting, kind of cool here and now and then, and how it all fits into what's been building up to the Secret Empire. Dun 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 dun.
I have one final book for you here. From DC's Young Animal, the 4th issue of Mother Panic arrives, still written by Jody Houser, but this time drawn by the artist for this arc, Sean Crystal. He's done a great deal of work for superhero companies over the last few years. He recently did an issue of Scarlet Witch. He had a really good run on Deadpool for a while. All over the place. But this time he brings his super irreverent energy to the main character of this series, who, as a young, angry socialite, finds herself acting rather irreverent on numerous occasions. And I think the fit is just perfect, honestly. He's got the giant punching fists down.
I was gonna say, I'm digging the cover. Like, that's some huge fist right there.
Right, like, Tommy Lee Edwards already drew the hands, like, pretty large, like, larger than normal. It's like, okay, you know, she's got some, like, augmented punching gauntlets, and then Sean Crystal was just like, so, let's just, increase by about 200% there. Yeah, much better.
Make bigger.
And spikier.
Yeah,
They are
spikier. It's great. This book looks great. I was kind of worried that once they had Tommy Lee Edwards take his inevitable break, you know, the quality would go down, but no, this looks amazing. And Jean-Francois Beaulieu, who's an amazing colorist, jumps on here as well, because we can't all be like Tommy Lee Edwards and do our own, like, pencils and inks and colors.
No. Yeah.
That's it.
And my last pick is Zombie Camp, #1, from Space Goat Publishing. Written by Frank Hanna with art by local guy Dev Madan, who had worked on comics many years ago, has been in the games industry, and is just all-around awesome guy and very good artist. And this is a fun, humorous, supernatural, all-ages adventure about, you know, zombie camp. Why overthink it? But this looks really gorgeous. The colors on this are fantastic. It definitely looks like a lot of fun. You know, if you're digging for something that you can read with your kids, highly recommended. But new #1 from great local artist here, and probably the only Space Goat comic that we've ordered in I don't even know how long. But yeah, I think with that we're gonna bring back Judge Dredd, and it's just so amazing. It's Judge Dredd.
Go back to Mega City 1.
That's right. You just need a little pulley string with Sylvester Stallone's voice.
I am the law.
And then we'd be good.
I think Casey did it better.
Okay.
I've watched that movie too many times. Alright, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you all later. Obey the law.
Or not.
Or not.